Hey folks, my guest today is Cassio. He's building quote to cash for SMBs. Playback.com.br if you want to follow along. His 50-word bio, short and sweet, passionate computer scientist in the fintech space. He's been at HSBC, eBank, which is soon to be listed, and again, now co-founder of PLIPG. Cassio, you ready to take us to the top?
Yes. How are you doing?
All right. I am well. All right. Tell me about this business here. So what kinds of clients are you typically working with?
Good. Do you want the quick reply or the long reply?
Quick reply.
Okay, so we tackle small and mid-sized recurring services businesses.
Okay, and name one of them.
Private schools, unions. We have a lot in Brazil. Agencies, offices, rentals. There's a lot of businesses.
Let's talk about agencies. So an agency does, let's say they do $100,000 a month in revenue from 10 different clients. How can they work with you?
Exactly. Well, this is very interesting because payment culture is different from country to country. When we started the business in Brazil, we realized that most of these small business owners, they spent a lot of time not only handling all the payment method, but also conciliating. And in the end of the day, actually, they spent about 10%, 15% of their month dealing with all of that stuff. And they didn't really need an ERP or CRM. Most of our customer base, they don't know what a CRM is. And when they know what an ERP is, they don't want it because it's just too much. So we decided to create a super thin system that would take care of the accounts receivable and provide an amazing user experience.
So Cassio, let's be really specific. There's an agency that has customers that pay them, each they have 10 customers that pay 10 grand a month to that agency in revenue. How can you help that agency?
Brilliant. So right now, if you're in Brazil and you have to take care of those customers, you would spend about 2 days in your month issuing what we call boleto. This is one of the payment methods we have in Brazil. We have to conciliate. You have to handle them directly with the bank, and you will deal with all the requests your customer will have. So if you use Blipag, you will just add your customers in the system. You will subscribe them to your recurrences, and that's it. So your 2 days becomes 2 minutes per month. So that's your work. So Blipag does everything.
What specifically though are you doing? Are you helping them invoice their customers, or are you turning monthly revenue into upfront cash or factoring invoices? What are you doing?
Yeah, everything. So basically, our main engine is a payment processing system. So we do process all those payments just like Stripe would do, but we don't do online. We do. Our audience is roughly offline brick and mortar businesses.
Yep.
And well, there's a lot of things in quote to cash, roughly everything from quote until cash, which is
got it.
Which is processing those payments.
So they can come to you and do all these things from issuing the invoice to once the invoice is signed, you can advance them cash until the invoice is paid. You can do the whole thing.
Exactly. So we help them manage their customers. We help them with intelligence. We provide them a portal for their customers to get those billings, get those invoices, get their receipts, take care of the relationship.
How many customers are you working with now today?
Right now, we have over 600 active merchants and over 20,000 payers in our customer base.
Got it. So 600 companies and then 20,000 customers there. Now, how do you make money from these 600 customers?
So we have a percentage fee of every money that every transaction that comes through the platform.
What's that range? We're talking like 1% or more.
Well, effectively, that's 0.99%, 0.98%. So it's around 1%.
I see. And so what is the average customer? You have 600. What's the average one put through in terms of volume each month?
So usually those businesses put around, let me convert to dollars. That's about $10,000 in average eight to $10,000. So that's
Okay.
that's the size of a business with 2, 3, or 4 or 5 employees, depending.
Got it. So 10 grand going through one of those businesses, and you're taking 1%. You make about $100 per business per month, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, very cool. Give me the backstory here. When did you launch?
Well, we launched our MVP back in 2018. Me and my co-founder, we left eBanks. eBanks is now a unicorn and grew organically through in the sector, and we saw an opportunity in the brick and mortar business, in the brick and mortar vertical. So there's if you're in e-commerce, there's a lot of solutions. So everything that you need is already there. So if you are a commerce, there's a POS. But what if you're a service? What do you do? So you issue.
Yeah, Cassio, I'm not challenging the product. It makes perfect sense to me. I understand. I have a lot of Brazilian founders on Diego from Rock Content, others from LATAM, where boletos are a pain to work with, especially if you're not digital. So I totally get the product. It makes complete sense to me. I just want to understand how you've grown so quickly, right? So you launched in 2018. You got your first customers. You're at 600 today. How many people are on the team?
So we are in 7 right now.
7?
Yeah.
And have you bootstrapped, or did you decide to raise capital?
We bootstrapped until end of last year, and we made our first funding round right now. So it's 250.
Why did you decide to raise $250,000?
Because we wanted to preserve equity, and we are preparing to make a larger funding in the next round.
Sorry, I'm a little bit confused. If you want to preserve equity, you wouldn't raise money at all.
Well, but time is also a variable. So you don't want to go on alone through all of your time, but we want to be efficient as possible in cash. So this is how Brazilian VCs look. So a little bit different than American VCs would look at you. So you are looking to build an efficient business.
Cassio, sorry, there people raise capital and give up equity because they want to move faster to build a bigger pie. The flip side to that is you keep 100% of your business and you bootstrap, but it's slower growth and a smaller pie. So time and equity are usually opposites of each other in this scenario.
Yeah, we did something in the middle. Actually, back when we started, I would say the VC landscape was not as developed as it is right now. So we wanted to raise with the best. So what does it take to raise with the best if you're an unproven entrepreneur? So let's build a business, let's do a part. And when we mature the business enough, then we can raise with the best. And I think we're doing.
So you raised $250,000 in 2020, correct?
2021, early 2021.
Oh, this year?
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay. And how did you think about, was that a priced round or a note?
Again?
Do you remember, was it a priced round or a note with a cap?
Yes, but that's not public info.
Well, regardless if it was a cap or a note, right? Founders choose to fund their business another way. This is a show about founding a company. So that's why I asked, did you prefer a priced round versus a note for any reason, or vice versa? I don't know what you actually did.
I don't, to be very, very honest, we set a range in the rounds, and we try to accommodate every investor within that range. And we were able to do that. So in practical terms, yes, it was a priced round.
Okay, got it. So there's not a discount on it. It doesn't convert at a 20% discount, and when your next price round is an actual valuation attached to the money.
No, actually, we had a valuation in mind, and the VC came to us and say, "Well, I think the company is worth a little bit more. How about I invest more in the business? So would you accept?" So no discount than we essentially took. Most
folks in a seed round like this are selling 10 to 20% of the business. Is that about how much you guys sold?
In the first, I would say very close to 10%.
Okay, got it. So that would put you at that would put you at about a $2.5 million valuation when you raise the 250. So you could preserve some equity. That's humanity. You said preserve equity.
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah.
I see. Very cool. Okay. And so when I look at obviously growth today, you have 600 customers. How did you get those first customers?
So, well, the first customers, we tried a different approach. So we're not doing digital markets. So we launched the MVP, and we tackled small private schools within the city. So it was roughly based on field sales, and we approached every school in the city. So we built an inside sales team. Then we found out, well, the CAC LTV is not working. We need to improve the product, and we need to build a digital marketing process. So and then we were later going to find out that there is a better strategy, which is PLG. That's what we implemented, and the CAC LTV started to make sense, especially retention.
What is retention today?
So we have about 2% to 2.5% churn
monthly, a year. Okay, yeah, I mean that's very low for this price point. Got it. So that makes a lot.
Actually, this is one point. I don't remember exactly right now. I think it's a little bit more now, but that's about it.
Okay, got it. And I mean, can I do the math? If you have 600 customers that each put about $10,000 to the platform, and what you guys process, about 6 million in total transactions last month?
No, not really. Actually, we had some merchants that were not active, but right now we are over. I think we're close to 15 million in GMV for the last one year in dollars.
Okay, but what about last month though? Do you know?
Let me see. That was about $1 million.
1 million?
Yep.
Okay, got it. So got it. So what you're saying is a couple of those 600 were not active.
Yeah, part of them were not active. Part of them were from other verticals that we don't really look at. So we aim to some verticals, and we bring all the verticals too, because we are somewhat related. And I think we're quite successful in the verticals we attack.
And Cassio, because you said you take 1% of GMV and you did $1 million last month in total GMV, is it fair to say your revenue is about $10,000 a month currently?
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Okay. And how do you grow? How do you go to $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 a month?
Good. That's a very good point. So we found that rather than investing in growth, we would have to invest in a very good product that has a lot of retention, and beyond that, we would need to build a product-led growth, bring a product-led growth approach in the system. So we pretty much built an A2R3 funnel, the parametrics funnel, and started measuring and doing A/B tests of what works best. So should we improve this onboarding? So onboarding is the bottleneck. So if we improve onboarding by, let's say, 10%, then we can grow the revenue by 30%. And then we went on tickling those points across the funnel, and that's how we started optimizing, and we still are optimizing that funnel.
And with all that optimization, what does growth look like today? If you're doing $10,000 a month today, where were you a year ago? I believe we are about $2,000 or less. Okay, good. Got it. So nice growth. And you mentioned CAC earlier. What are you spending to get a new customer right now?
Right now, depends on where you look at, but our general CAC is about, let me think in dollars. I have the numbers in Brazilian reais. That's about $30.
Okay, got it. So nice payback.
Yeah, and just about twice that much to have an active merchant.
Yep. Very cool. So $30 for a trial, $60 to make sure they're active and they're paying you, which is great. Team size is 7. How many engineers?
So we are in 1, 2, 3, 4. We brought the 5th yesterday.
Oh, very cool. And the co-founders is just you and one other guy or gal?
Yes, me and Bento. So Bento is the CRO of the company, and we're a very lean company, I'd say. So
Did you guys just you split equity right down the middle at the beginning, or something different?
Yeah, we did quite fair, to be honest.
50-50.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Until January, it was only me and my co-founder and a sales girl. So I had to build the whole system. My co-founder had to, do all the sales by himself. And by that point, we had processed over $1 million
Yep.
over there.
Cassio, good stuff here. We're rooting for you. Let's wrap up with the famous five. Number one, what's your favorite book?
My 0 to 1.
Number two, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
Again?
CEO that you're studying.
The last one I saw was from Zomato. I met him in London a couple of years ago, right after.
What's his name?
It's a hard name.
That's fine, no problem. What's the name? He's a CEO of which company?
For Zomato.
Okay, number three, what's your favorite online tool for building the business?
I like Pipefy.
Pipefy?
An excellent. Yeah, they are a BPO software.
Number four, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
These nights, 3 hours, 3.5.
That's not healthy at all.
No, it isn't. But you have to be honest. So if you work 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours a day, you won't get your business up and running. So you have to.
Yeah, but that's not healthy. The last thing I want to promote on this show is that people should get no sleep to get their startup going. Why are you compromising your health for the sake of the startup?
I'm not. And if I can tell you, most of the stories that I see. So when you see a CEO say, "Yeah, I work like 5 hours a week." Well, when they reached that point, they had already built a business.
No. I'm not talking about that, Cassio. Yeah. I'm not talking about working 4 or 5 hours a week. There are plenty of founders that are working their butts off, working 12-hour days, but they're getting 7 hours of sleep. You can't survive on 3.5 hours of sleep. It's not healthy.
Yeah, but I didn't say it. I do sleep 3 hours a day every day. I sleep these nights 3 hours, and I usually sleep like 6 or 7. Or 8.
Okay, well, yeah, that's what I asked was how many hours of sleep do you get? Got it. So just last night you got not a lot. Understood.
Yeah.
And what's your situation today? Married, single, kids?
No, I think I'm too young to marry.
All right, no kids. How old are you?
33.
33. Last question. What's something you wish you knew when you were 20?
I wish I would have traveled to other places earlier and have been taking more risks.
Yep. Guys, there you have it. Plypack.com.brazil. They're helping Brazilian companies, especially ones that are not online, manage getting customers, sending them invoices, factoring those contracts, basically full cash to quote model or quote to cash model. They've got 600 customers with over 20,000 customers of their own on the platform. They've processed over $15 million in volume, grew from $2,000 a month to $10,000 a month in revenue over the past 12 months, raised $250,000 at around a $2.5 million valuation this year with their team of 7. Cassio, thanks for taking us to the top.
Thank you so much, Nathan.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers. They try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com /Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.